Hello everyone, this is Petko Alexandrov and I'm very happy to welcome you to our trading channel, Trading Academy, where we share a lot of our trading ideas, strategies. I personally share a lot of my experience. I enjoy doing that, and while I'm traveling I always take the time to record a few videos. So what I'm going to talk about today is what it is to be a professional trader. I will share with you what it took me to become one, and then as well I will give you some pros and cons that you need to keep in mind before you even start trading. Because I know a lot of people are just wondering, should I start with forex trading? Is it real at all, the forex market? Is it possible for me to make money on the forex market or not? And that's okay. I mean, you should always be very careful to what you start with, and especially when you start reading in different forums, reviews, comments, you will see that a lot of people are losing money. So what happens usually is the beginner starts to wonder, is this thing realistic? Should I waste my time and my money to do it? Or should I go for my daily job where I know I will have a constant income monthly? And I absolutely understand that, and that's why I wanted to give you a few tips and ideas of like what you can expect and what you need to be careful of, right? So first of all, let's make it clear what it is to be a professional trader. Now, personally, I consider myself to be a professional trader since 5 years. Even I've been on the forex market for the last 11, 12 years. This is how long time I've been trading. But I'll be honest with you, I started trading long ago, before I became a professional trader. So what it is to be a professional trader? It means that you make your living with trading. Okay, that's it. This is what a professional footballer is. This is what a professional video editor is. When you make your living from the thing, then you're professional. Okay, that's like the general explanation I can give you. So at the moment when you don't need to work a full-time job, or you don't need to do any projects or anything else, and you do just trading, and that's enough for you to cover your expenses, to have a good life, you know, to give everything to your family that it needs, then you can say, okay, now I'm a professional trader. And as I said, I consider myself to be one just in the last 5 years. And before that, honestly, it was very difficult to me it was very difficult for me to get into this point where I didn't need to work for any company, just because I didn't have capital, right? And that's number one thing that you need when you start trading. You need to have capital. Even you're good, even you learn a lot of good strategies, even if you use trading robots like what I do, but you don't have capital, it's really hard. And you should know realistically how much you can make on the forex market. There are a lot of scam reviews, YouTube videos, people showing unrealistic results, and they just want to bring you to one, for example, broker, or they want to take your money, or it is a video from the broker where they will just promise unrealistic results. So anything that is between 10, 20, maximum to 50% a month is realistic. As well, anything between 50 to 100% a year is still realistic. Anything that will make you rich in a few weeks, a few months, you will win millions of dollars investing just $100, all of that is crap, okay? All of that is scam. So if something sounds too good to be true, then it means it's not true. Okay, this is especially how the forex market works, and that there are a lot of scam companies and scam brokers that will promise unrealistic things. So I said number one is to have capital. Number two is to learn to trade by yourself and not to depend on anyone out there to manage your funds, to do the trading instead of you, no matter what they show you guys, no matter what they promise to you. You don't believe that, okay? It's the only person in the world who can do this for you. It is yourself. You need to learn to trade. You need to learn to do a good money management, and you need to trust only yourself. Not even me watching that video, okay? Even I really do my best to make my videos useful for everyone, but I'm never promising unrealistic stuff, and I never say unrealistic stuff in my video. Okay, so by the time I got a professional trader, I became a professional trader, it was really hard for me because I had to work for other companies. And since I graduated, I knew that this is what I was going to do, okay? I always wanted to do it, and at the end of the video I will share with you why, what are the downsides, and what are some of my concerns when it comes to trading, and why I actually started recording videos, establishing the Trading Academy, the Forex Academy, and the crypto trading website. And you will find yourself in the situation where you will know whether you want to really only trade, or you need to trade, do something else, or how you're going to combine it. So that's what I want to answer in that video. Okay, so as I've said, I had to work for companies, and instead of working just some random job when I was learning trading, I said, okay, I will be putting one day my money, right? I will save money, I will put them in trading accounts, and I will start trading. But where I'm gonna put this money? I'm gonna put them in the Forex brokers, right? Because this is how we can trade. We open an account with a broker, and there we have the opportunity to participate on the market through their trading platform. So I said, okay, I will put my money in, let's say I was always planning to start with $1,000, then obviously I increased it. I will put my money one day into that broker, but what's here? What's going on here? Where I will put my money, how they work, what they will take from me, what it takes to me, right? So what I did, I started working for Forex brokers. I've worked for 5 different trading brokers, Forex brokers, and it took me over 3 years, right? And I moved from one to another, not because of better money, not because I wanted to establish a career in the trading brokers. I never wanted that. I wanted to see how they do it from inside, from where they get the prices, how they're managing the people's money, where they keep them, what is the risk involved if the broker bankrupts, right? And most importantly, what it takes for me to be safe putting my money in a broker and knowing that at that moment I will be able to withdraw them, because that's very important, right? The scam brokers around, they will take your money, but they will not let you withdraw. They will find hundreds of explanations and excuses, and when they cannot find any excuse anymore, they will just stop answering your email, phone, nothing. And then you, in one beautiful day, sad day, you realize that you've lost your money. Okay, so this is how I started. I started learning, but at the same time I was working for Forex brokers until the moment I felt myself comfortable in trading, and I knew that I didn't have to do it anymore. And this is when I became a professional trader. I'm getting into the tunnel. Okay, so I continued the video after the tunnel because it got very dark. So what I was saying is that after I became a trader on my own, trading from home and later from an office, then obviously in 2020 again from home, I realized that to be a professional trader has one major concern, and that is why I established the website, and I had my team, and I started recording videos and online courses. And I will tell you what was the concern. When you start trading, especially when you do manual trading, it is no far away from working a full-time job, okay? Because when you start trading and you do it seriously every day from Monday to Friday, you have to be there at least for 2 sessions, okay? I used to do the London Stock Exchange session and the New York Stock Exchange session. I didn't do a lot of the Asia because it's in during the night with me. But when you want to be really serious into it, you need to sit in front of the computer, you need to follow the news, you need to know what's going on in the market, you need to follow a few strategies, look at the charts. I used to have so many monitors. In some of my old videos you will see that I have 6, 7, 8, up to 10 monitors, and that was really, really exhausting. And at one moment I realized that if I'm not trading, I'm not having any money, right? And I've been having some really good months and some bad months, but the bad months where I didn't have a lot of profit, this was because I was traveling, right? What I'm doing at the moment I'm recording this video. So when I was not trading, I was not making money. So one of the solutions for me was to switch to algorithmic trading, which I did. And right now, while I'm recording this video, I'm trading with expert advisors and trading robots. And this is what I usually teach about in my courses. And number 2, I started creating content. Okay, because when I'm recording online courses and when I'm recording YouTube videos and when I'm having followers and subscribers and students, by the time I'm recording this video, we have over 30,000 students, real students in the academy who bought my courses, and I'm very happy from that. But I have an extra income, obviously, right? So monthly I have income from the content that I've been creating and sharing my strategies and my systems for trading. So even there are days when I don't have the opportunity even to trade with algorithmic trading, some problems with the VPS, or it's just not the moment to trade with EAs. There are such moments on the market. I still have the income from the courses, right? So this is how I found myself comfortable. Keep trading, but at the same time I create content, I create videos, I write blog posts. I've always wanted to make my content useful, because I know that when it's useful, you will watch the next video, probably you will take some of my courses, it will be useful, you will be learning something, right? I don't want to lie to the people, I don't want to mislead the people, because you will feel it, you will understand it at one moment, and then obviously you will not watch any other video from me. So I am really happy having the opportunity to record videos, to create content, having income at the same time, while trading now becomes my not secondary, but because I want to dedicate more of my time into creating the content and to be expanding the academy to thousands of people, I am a little bit switching as well to investing, right? And of course, because I have the opportunity now to invest bigger amounts of money, so I prefer to be investing. And in 2020 and now in 2021, obviously I'm investing a lot in the crypto, because it was just super easy in 2020 to make profits on the crypto market, much bigger than what the Forex market offers. And I don't know how far it will go, honestly. A lot of people ask me. I know that for the moment there are a lot of opportunities, and I always take the opportunities when there is. If it starts to fall, then I will just take a lot of the profit, I will keep some of the crypto, and I will leave it for the next momentum when we have the next strong up movement from the crypto and from the Bitcoin. Okay, so basically this is what it took, right? Well, this is what it takes. This is what it took to me. First, you need capital to start trading. Second, you need to learn before you start trading. And third, I wouldn't suggest you to quit your job until the moment you make more money from the trading. So if you do, let's say, $2,000 in your daily work, let's say this is your salary at the end of the month, I wouldn't suggest you quit your job unless you have $2,000 from trading monthly, right? And to be realistic with that, you need to have at least $10,000. So if you make like 20% for the month, this is $2,000. And a lot of the beginners ask me, is it okay to start with $100, with $200? It is, but you need to be really lucky to grow your account thousands of dollars, which will feel you comfortable, which will make you comfortable to quit your job. I'm getting the tunnel. We'll see if you can see me. If not, I will continue. Okay, so I just got out of the tunnel. And the last thing I wanted to share with you is that to be a professional trader on the Forex market is one thing. To be a trader on the stock market is different thing. On the crypto is different. Even on the Forex market, if you do manual trading and you do algorithmic trading, very different, okay? You need very different skills and experience, and you need to learn in detail one of the two, right? So if you don't know from where to start, what I would suggest you to do is to try all of those, okay? Just try Forex trading manually, Forex trading automatically, take a few courses for one of the subjects, for the other one, take stock trading courses, take cryptocurrency courses. That's why usually I do courses for all of these, which will make it easier for you to decide which is your thing, right? You need to feel really comfortable when you're doing it. You need to have a lot of desire to learn about it. Anyway, if you're just forcing yourself to do it, it's not really going to work, right? And last thing about being a professional trader, as I've said at the beginning, this is when you are making enough money for yourself or for your family, so you won't need to do another job. There is a huge difference between professional trader and institutional trader, and a lot of the people are wrong when they say you can't be a professional trader if you haven't been an institutional trader. That's wrong. I haven't been an institutional trader simply because in Bulgaria there are a lot of brokers, but there are not trading companies like hedge funds, huge guys who manage funds, and they have institutional traders. I didn't have that opportunity, okay? I didn't have the chance to work for this. Even it would be, I guess it would have been a great experience if I had that chance in the times when I was working for brokers, if I had a few years working as an institutional trader. But the main difference there, it's not because they have these amazing strategies that nobody knows. What they have is a lot of money, and when you trade with millions or even billions, actually it's not that hard, okay? Because even you buy an asset, with very simple words, even you buy an asset and the price drops, you're totally fine because you can buy at this price, and if it drops, you will buy over here and you will have a better average price at one moment. When the price goes up again, which always happens on the market, you will be profiting, right? And they have strict rules to follow. And lastly, because I've been to such offices in London, I haven't worked, but I have visited such offices. They pay a lot of they pay for information, okay? They know the news before the news are out there. Okay, they know the news before the news are. Sorry, that was the police with a camera. I hope I wasn't driving fast. Okay, so these guys pay a lot of money to Reuters, Bloomberg, and the other huge medias where they get the news before the news are on a Forex Factory or on the economic calendars of the brokers. Okay, this is how they trade the news very successfully, because they know what they're doing and they have the information just before everyone else. Alright guys, so if you have enjoyed that video, thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in another video about trading. Take care, bye.